Welcome to Dumb. No, it's not. It's Social Media Fridays on Monday. Um, we meet here every Monday to talk about what happened this week in the world of social media. Topics of interest are posted on the Social Media Fridays community on Google Plus. You're welcome to add your own topics and or join our panel to discuss them. With us tonight, we have David Roseanne. David is a copywriter for 30 years and 12 years an SEO copywriter and also an SEO. You can find David at writingforseo.org. David is from the UK. From the Netherlands, Edwin Jonk. Sorry, I was getting feedback. Edwin Jonk is CEO of IDEST Host in the Netherlands. You can find Edwin at idesthost.nl. Masataki Wasa is webmaster of wasaweb.net. He's also a Google top contributor on the AdSense and the Google Plus Help community. And Tim Capper is an SEO and a conversion rate optimization specialist. You can find Tim at onlineownership.com. All right, so our first question tonight is from, let me see. It's not a question, it's a topic. Are social media profiles considered as assets in a bankruptcy? Where is the line between personal and business social accounts? I would have thought that a social media account or a social media profile might be a cause for bankruptcy, but I've never thought of them as being an asset in the bankrupt estate. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd say if it was obviously a branded one, because personal one's a personal one, but a branded social media profile that's active, I would say yes. The only problem there is how you're going to attach a monetary value to that. I suppose then you would have to look at analytics to see what kind of traffic came through from the social profile, which ultimately ended up in a sale. So yeah, I would say it should be included. How you're going to attribute the monetary value to it, well, that's going to be a little bit of a thumbsuck.
Yeah, so
as I said, surely it's a case for your accountant to come up with a valuation for it. Now, I don't know if there is a way of approaching the valuation of a social media account, but you do get things like the value of a brand on a balance sheet. So I don't know, but it sounds as if it's the sort of thing that you might want, or a company might want to attach to its balance sheet. And if it is there and it goes bankrupt, then I suppose there's an argument that's part of its assets. But then it's only worth what someone will pay for it, like anything that's up for sale.
Yeah, the problem with social accounts is that it's mainly the person behind it. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Let me try to mute this one. Yeah, that helps. So in this case, there was they were looking at a Facebook page, so that's a professional or semi-professional page, but the owner was posting his own personal things on his small business account, on his small business page on Facebook. So he wanted that back, but the creditors wanted the page. At the end, the judge said that he has to hand over the password, and basically the creditors got the Facebook page. But you kind of wonder if there's any value for the creditors to have that Facebook page, because if the owner is basically the source behind the popularity of that Facebook page and he's gone, then what's the value of that Facebook page?
That's true, Edwin. I think I remember a cosmetics company in London took over the YouTube link of a popular YouTuber. And they got, because of Google, you know, giving preference to the brand. Can't remember the brand now. Do you remember it?
No. Well, in the article, an obvious one is Justin Bieber, right? If Justin Bieber goes bankrupt, what do the creditors have with Justin Bieber's Twitter account if he's not posting there, right?
Yeah, it was cosmetics, Tim.
But supposing you were a chain of, say, Audi showrooms, and you went bust. Now, if you were a competitor, another Audi showroom, or maybe even another car showroom, you know, another make, another brand, that and the followers of the Twitter account, the Facebook account would be valuable to you. So I think it does vary according to the situation. You know, if you
in that one, you wouldn't technically own the brand. You own the social media page, being, let's say, Essex or the Essex Audi. You wouldn't be the Audi brand itself.
No, but I might take over. I might buy the assets of Essex Audi or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, then that
and then it would have a value to me, because I would have all the goodwill from the social media if it had been run properly.
Yeah.
So, and then for social or for small business owners, I'm going to mute you again, Dave. So for small business owners, the advice is to be personal in your social accounts, right? So they present themselves, they have all these followers, and then they go bankrupt. Maybe it's not because of their fault, but and then they lose all their own personal posts to the creditors, basically.
Yeah, I think it's very hard to quantify or give a monetary value, because we understand that it is valuable, but then how do you agree on its value, monetary value, as assets? And I think that can be very difficult, because, as has been pointed out, once the person who's behind it is no longer there, then will people follow that social media account? And at that point, when that happens, you know, the value, in a sense that it may be valuable, But then once you take over, their value might completely drop. It's not like tangible assets, as it were, that you can, which retains some sort of value reasonably well. If most users decide that, most followers, for example, decide, oh, I'm no longer going to follow this account because it's been taken over by someone else, so it's no longer this person who's running it, then the value, however you want to put it, is just going to drop.
And what about personal profiles that mainly post business news? Is that considered safe for bankruptcy, or?
I mean, it'd be interesting if they actually was a court case to decide on that, because it would be interesting to know. But I doubt it very much. So what are you, if you're a creditor and you're going to take over someone's personal profile, what reasonable value does it have? Because if it's no longer the person's profile, then what's the value remaining in that? It's the same argument that's been made.
Creditors, for creditors, it needs to have a value. Otherwise, it's they shouldn't care about it, unless you have a rogue creditor.
Who just likes to peek into people's private lives.
Yeah. There are creditors that will that are quite aggressive and.
Oops, sorry, there seems to be someone on the door. I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Next topic, or?
Well, I was actually. I'll put that link in the chat. Oh, I have. Oh no, I haven't. There we are. Well, a little bit earlier in this topic, we were talking about that company, Lush Cosmetics, and so I just found the BBC article, and also I found a link to a YouTube clip. But look,
yeah, but this one was a little bit different because.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we discussed.
Totally unrelated to this topic. Yeah. But I just noticed an interesting phenomena that is bang on topic of the world of social media, and that is we discussed on Social Media Fridays this Lush Cosmetics taking over many months ago, and I just opened a clip, a YouTube clip, which was posted 2 days ago, and even now, when Lush Cosmetics posts a clip, if you have a look at the comments on that clip, they are still getting harassed by the YouTube fraternity. The internet does not forgive.
No. In this case, I'm not sure if the brand wanted Lush account or that YouTube just said, "Oh, you're a static account." Not sure.
Well, they took it off him because, like, he obviously had the password to it.
Yeah, they took it. They never said, "Oh, actually, hand it back to this guy."
No.
Yeah. They deserve all that. Yeah.
And this person is called Lush. So you have got Lush Cosmetic and the real person, Mr. Lush.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought you might be interested in that. All right, let's move on to the next. All right, this is another interesting one, the fallout from a social media bombshell. Instagram star Athena O'Neill generated masses of coverage this week when she declared that she would quit social media. Why has her announcement caused a big reaction? Attracted responses from other vloggers who accused her of faking it to generate publicity for a new website. But yeah, anyway. She then, in her clip, which has now been deleted, she spoke at length on the way that companies are paying these bloggers, vloggers, and telling them to what to say and when, and giving them a product to place in their clips. She's come out and taken the money, and then she's dropped a bucket load on them.
Yeah, it's an interesting modern phenomenon in a sense, isn't it? Because you have someone who, you could say Justin Bieber is the biggest example of it, but you have someone who has managed to accumulate a large number of followers on the social media platform, who then became attractive for advertisers, because her followers would have been particular segment of, or a particular demographic segment that advertisers want to target. So she then had the offers to post on her account in return for money, as far as I'm aware, and that played into, I think, human nature of trying to appear well and post nice things. So it was sort of a symbiotic relationship in the sense that you have big number of followers, you attract advertisers, which then sort of spurs on you to post more images, more manufactured, as it were, more posed, more planned images, and then that leads to more followers, more interest from advertisers, and so on and so forth. So she decided to quit that game, as it were. So that's the big, interesting, if you like, the societal question of how do you deal with social media and advertising. And I think there's the personal element of how do people cope as individuals when they're thrusted into that kind of limelight. You no longer need to have access to, let's say, television studio, radio station, or print media to become someone who's famous. All you need might be an Instagram account, a Facebook account, or Twitter account to gain that following, to become famous and, in a sense, valuable to advertisers. So I thought that was quite interesting in that respect.
Yeah, the articles suggested it was there were multiple reasons. Indeed, the pressure from the advertisers. the pressure of fame, right? She talked about symptoms of depression and the addiction of social media, right?
Yeah. I think at some point it becomes compulsion as much as that's something that she wanted to do. I mean, whether that's internalized or whether whether she felt she was forced to do it, or it just became ingrained in her that she has to do it, as it were, in a compulsion that she's not aware of being forced to do it, but she's being forced to do it by herself, if that makes sense. I mean, from the inside, as it were. So, yeah.
And these so-called YouTube stars or Instagram stars, they are quite young. She is only 19 years old, so I guess she started at 16, 17 years old. And it's quite a lot of pressure for a teenager. So.
What about you, Tim? How do you handle the pressure of fame?
That's quite easy, Jim. I don't have any, mate.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's not fame, it's infamy.
Yeah.
Infamy, they've all got infamy.
I'll just ignore them. I'll just ignore the haters, mate.
What do you do with the paps?
I refuse to believe that Tim Capper has any haters.
They damn well know not to turn up at my address, mate. I've got people outside my door 24 hours a day just making sure that shit doesn't happen.
Cossacks outside,
Yeah,
I think.
I've got Cossacks outside. I've got snipers on the roof across the road, mate. It's all
Don't say bomb.
No,
You can say sniper. Don't say
I
bomb.
didn't say it, mate. You said it. I'm just not going to Egypt for a visit.
All right, we move on to the next. I'm going to record that as a yes. Here's one on YouTube Red, the paid version of YouTube, and one of the popular publishers on YouTube has noticed that around 40% of users are utilizing AdBlock software when watching his videos. PewDiePie urges fans to sign up for YouTube Red to defend creators from ad blocking. Well, PewDiePie, you just have to live with it, I guess.
Well, 40% is a lot. For him, it doesn't really matter, right? He makes, I think, a couple of million every year. So it's more for the small creators. If they also face the 40% ad block, that's a huge revenue lost for them. And I didn't know that it was that high, right? But this is just one person saying that it was 41% or 40%. So
Yeah, it does seem extremely high. I mean,
let's have a show of hands here. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, and I don't use AdBlock software. Do any of you do?
No.
I do.
So our sample is 20%.
Yeah.
Is there any verification of this 40%? Has he put anything online to say, here's a screen cap, it says this much?
No. And what he does is basically he plays a game and then talks over it in foul language. So maybe the audience is also more directed towards ad blockers, right? The gaming community.
Yeah, I think so. I think it really depends on the audience profile. I think people who use ad blockers tend to be people with relatively high net literacy, because they have to know what ad blockers are, and install them and tweak them and use them. So I think it really depends on the kind of audience profile that a site, or in this case, YouTube channel has.
So, tell me again, this guy PewDiePie plays the game, and people watch him playing the game.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Jesus.
And how much does he make out of this?
A couple of million yearly, I think.
Well, he bloody well deserves to lose 40%. No, I didn't say that. No.
Yeah, but he's not really talking about himself. Basically, his point is for better support for online.
Playing computer games.
Sorry?
I said he puts in lots of hard work playing computer games.
Yeah. Don't feel sorry for him.
I don't know. He obviously understands the current media landscape better than I do.
Yeah, and the connection with YouTube Red is he's going to make dedicated content with the directors of The Walking Dead, so he's going to be famous.
Well, we can't buy YouTube Red in Australia. I was about to do it, but we can't hook up.
So why do you want to do that, Jim?
Because it gives other an account with YouTube, Google Play as well.
Yeah, especially the Google Play is a really good. It is a good deal there. YouTube Red, right? YouTube Red will give 55% to the video creators.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves 450 for the not showing for the Google Play, and that is rather cheap. Normally, those music streaming services have somewhere around $10 or. So it is a good deal, the YouTube Red.
I hadn't actually thought about subscribing. I don't
think it's available in the UK. I don't think you can get it in the UK.
I don't know. I haven't looked because I don't use YouTube that much.
Well, it is a good deal. You are supporting them. You are supporting the video creators with 55%, and the rest goes basically to Google, which has to buy the streaming service too. So it is really a good deal.
If I want to use YouTube that much.
Yeah, or Google Music, right? If you already have a Google Music account, you might switch over.
I don't even have Apple Music. I'm a very particular type of streaming consumer. I have a Tidal account. I have a Tidal, what they call a hi-fi account, which actually streams CD quality music rather than compressed music.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah, maybe it's just me, just my profile as a consumer of online content. it doesn't fit particularly well.
Well, through my ISP, I do have a Spotify account. It came with internet account, so for me there is no need for another service. And I also don't listen to streaming music that much. I rather listen to internet radio.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, PewDiePie, a couple of million a year for playing games online. Unbelievable. Anyway, here we go. Twitter was testing. I posted this one. Sorry, go ahead, David.
I said, do we sound like a bunch of old men?
Yeah, I guess we are.
Sorry.
That's what we are.
Yes.
Well, the commentary is quite famous too, Jim. So it's not just playing games; it's also the commentary.
I must check him out.
Look at some.
Well, you have to deal with foul language, so be warned.
Not suitable for work.
Well, depends.
Oh, come on, we used to Tim's tirades.
Ah, well, I was going to have a go at Tim too. Mr. Tucky beat me to it.
Tim's tirades. Now there's a set of online videos, if ever there were any.
Could do it with site audits. You know, you could have a live. You know, you could YouTube. You could do a site audit while commentating on it. Use lots of foul language.
That would definitely bring in millions, Mustak.
Don't forget, most of the time Tim swears in Russian, and most people wouldn't pick up on that.
There's a big audience in Russia. There are lots of people in Russia, I believe. Okay, next.
Twitter has replaced the star with a heart, and it's still there.
Yeah, I like the heart. They were testing the hearts for in June, I think. Back then it was pretty clear that they're going that route. To be honest, I don't really care if it's a star or a heart. But if I had to choose, the heart is nice.
It's difficult to connect on Twitter, I think. You know, it's just missing. I really think they need a user experience designer to have a real look at what they're doing. I'm trying to connect with people on Twitter. If someone says thank you, I say thank you for saying thank you. But to get there, it's very, very hard.
Yeah, the conversations are quite hard. Yeah, the conversations are quite hard, right? If somebody replies to your tweet, then yeah, at least that's my experience.
And those direct messages, they are just a waste of space, I reckon. Every time I open them up, it's another ad for something.
Yeah, personally, if I want to discuss something, I would like to discuss it in public, right? So that other people can join and discuss the same thing or give another point of view. And that's not possible with direct messaging. So, what is great about Twitter are the Twitter chats.
I tend to take conversations into private, into direct messaging, because I don't like filling up my stream with more crap than is there anyway.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to have a private chat, but most of the time I like to meet in public.
Mm.
All right. Moving on from the... Oh, we're at the thank you for watching stage.
Oh,
Well, and we had a viewer a minute ago, but now we have none. But if you're watching this at a later time, thank you for watching. Your interest in what we do makes what we do worthwhile. We'll be back at the same time next Monday to do this all again. Thank you.